You're watching 3, and tonight at 10, Mr. T introduces you to some brand new, world craziest fool. But first, a social network. Are they ruining our children?
This is everyday life in Britain. Everywhere we go, we see people on their phones browsing the popular networking sites. The daily use of social media has increased dramatically, so much so that it has become a worrying matter to parents. But it seems that this rise isn't just a problem in Britain.
Did you know that in just 1 month this year, just a single month, Americans spent 121 billion minutes on social networking sites? New frontiers, they also pose very real challenges that many of you know all too well. Social media has brought in the murky waters of cyberbullying, privacy invasion, and the reduction here of political discourse into 140 characters. So, has the growth of social media been a positive or negative reality for America? It's here to stay, but the question is, what has the consequences been?
In today's program, we will be looking at the effects of social networking sites and see how they have had an impact on the lives of teenagers in Britain. We met with Andrew Hart, the head teacher of Alperton Community School, to get his personal opinion.
The other aspect of this is because people are connecting, they can form groups or gangs, sometimes for the good, but there's a sense of gang culture which can emerge, which then distracts students away from education, from achievement, and that ethos of achieving in society. And then they become consumed by the gang culture, which can lead on to other respects, which could be violence, could be drugs, could be negative in terms of the student.
Well, a lot of teenagers depend on media to communicate, and they use it as a way to dictate how they live their lives, the way they dress, the way they act, and the way they present themselves in society.
Social media has quite a negative impact on children nowadays, because if you think about it, all the children of this generation, of my generation, they all have been recently introduced to social media. So in that sense, we've only have been around it for about a good 5 to 6 years, whereas the younger generations have been exposed to it from a much younger age. And in that sense, it will have a negative impact.
Speaker, everyone watching these horrific actions will be struck by how they were organised via social media. Free flow of information can be used for good, but it can also be used for ill. So we are working with the police, the intelligence services and industry to look at whether it would be right to stop people communicating via these websites and services when we know they are plotting violence, disorder and criminality.
We follow up with a young boy whose life revolves around the likes of Twitter. This is Aaron. Aaron is 16 years old and lives in Harlesden, London. He admits that Twitter has taken a toll on his life and has agreed to give us an insight in his everyday lifestyle.
True say, check out my timeline every hour. You see man them taking pictures of their chains and their money, and I just wanted that lifestyle, man. And I got that. With my watch, my chain as well.
We speak to Aaron's mother, Trisha, who tells us how she feels about her son's new lifestyle.
My Aaron was around 13 when he started using social networking. By the time he was 16, he was hanging out with the wrong crowd. He was also staying out late, being uncontrollable. He even started smoking. Since he's been active on the social networking, I've seen a big change in him. Basically, I'm just worried about how he's going to turn out.